Now, the World Cup qualifiers, it's all over, right? We know pretty much the teams that are going to be going to the World Cup next year in Russia. But unfortunately, you know, there are players and there are teams that haven't qualified and we're not going to be seeing at the World Cup. But in today's video, I'm going to show you guys the biggest European players, okay, that are not going to be featuring in next year's World Cup. If you guys want me to do another video tomorrow featuring maybe like the Asian players or something like that that will not be featuring the World Cup, you know, the biggest players, then drop a like and a thumbs up down below for that video. So in this video, you know, there are situations where, you know, teams mathematically, or should I say, can still qualify, but it's just very, very unlikely, and they could have featured in this video, so I'm just pre-warning you. Now, the first player in the first team, or whatever, if you want to look at it, I'm only going to do like one player from each team, because otherwise, you know, if a certain team didn't make it, I could probably do like 3 or 4 from that nation, but that's a bit boring, so I'm going to do 1 per nation. If you are looking to get in the Ultimate Team coins, check out igvault.com. They've got a new automated system. You can watch your coins go up in minutes. If you need a discount code, well, Rossi will get you 6% off on their whole website. Now, it's actually Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Armenia have not qualified for the World Cup next year, and obviously Mkhitaryan being the Armenian player, being like the Armenian golden boy, if you like, the biggest player probably playing for him. Obviously, he's not going to be playing next year at the World Cup. He started off life at Man United this year very, very well. Obviously, he was there that last year. He had to, you know, take a long time to get into the game, you know, really come into the Premier League. But unfortunately, you're not going to see him in the World Cup next year. Armenia finished, I believe, on like 7 points. They lost 7 games. So that's one player that's not going to feature next year. Now, the biggest player probably in this video to feature for the next one is actually Gareth Bale. Now, that's right. Wales, as of last night, did not qualify. They actually, I think, lost to Ireland or something like that, and it meant they finished 3rd. And yeah, that means they're not going to be going to the World Cup next year. Obviously, there's a lot of disappointment there. A lot of just, you know, they did really, really well in the Euros. Everyone expected them probably to qualify for the World Cup next year, but Ireland have, you know, sneaked them, beat them to it, and they got themselves a qualification instead, or a little qualifying match or whatever. But that means, you know, old, most expensive player in the world, Gareth Bale, he's not going to be featuring next year. We really enjoyed watching him at the Euros, but unfortunately, in Russia, we're not going to see him play. And wow, for the next one, okay, is a big one, alright? Big team that's going to look, well, it looks like mathematically they can still go through if they win tonight, like 6 or 7-0 or something like that. And it's actually Holland, Netherlands. Now, of course, this means players like Arjen Robben are not going to be at next year's World Cup. Now, we really enjoyed this guy in obviously the last World Cup. If you guys remember in Brazil, obviously he ran ragged, you know, when they played against Spain. His individual goal against them, his pace. You guys will remember that goal. Remember Holland, they came 3rd, I think, actually, Netherlands in the last World Cup. But they've had a massive decline in international football, and unfortunately, it looks like they're not going to qualify for the World Cup next year. And that does mean players like Arjen Robben, as highly rated as they are on FIFA, are not going to be featuring next year. Looking at the table here, they have to beat Sweden by something like 6 or 7 goals or something. So Sweden are not going to let that slip, are they? That is not going to happen. And unfortunately, the Netherlands, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we're not going to see him at the next World Cup. It's been really disappointing for him. We got an 86 rated player next, who's actually not going to feature next year's World Cup as well. This one's a little bit probably expecting. It's actually David Alaba, if you like, for Austria. Austria haven't qualified. They're in the exact same group as Wales and Republic of Ireland. Obviously, Wales finished above them, and if Wales aren't qualifying, then of course Austria aren't qualifying. That means players like David Alaba, who's obviously Bayern Munich, done really, really well, you know, very well experienced international and player, and yeah, we're not going to see him at Russia next year. I think these ones are a bit more expected, you know, players that Arjen Robben not a World Cup, you know, the Netherlands not doing too well, whatever, it's going to be disappointing. And obviously, he might have even retired from international football. He might have done, because he's getting a little bit older. He might retire now if he hasn't already. Now, we've got a player that's actually brand new into Ultimate Team this year, okay? He's brand new. He's got an inform already. He's doing very well for Dortmund. It's actually Yarmolenko. And that's right, Yarmolenko's the inform card there, as you guys can see. Well, Ukraine, I don't believe, have qualified, alright? They finished 3rd in their table. Iceland and Croatia are above them, and unfortunately for them, Ukraine haven't done enough. And players like Yarmolenko, as well as he's doing this, you know, season or whatever for Dortmund, we're not going to see how well we can do internationally next year. We're not going to see it. I like the way this guy's burst onto the scene, to be fair, and he seems to be playing very, very well. If you look at his 84 rated card on there, very, very good stats. I know it's FIFA, I'm talking about real life, etc, etc. But to be fair to Yarmolenko, mate, you know, he's doing very, very well, and it'd be a shame not to see him next year, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The next player is a player that used to play for Manchester City. He's actually playing at Roma, I believe, right now in the Serie A, and it's actually Džeko, right? Edin Džeko. Now, if you guys don't know, he plays for Bosnia or whatever, and they're not qualified neither. Now, they finished 3rd in their sort of groups, and then obviously they've got Greece and Belgium above them. Belgium have absolutely smashed their group. They've won 8 and drawn 1, and unfortunately Bosnia have just, you know, lost 3. But actually, to be fair, it's not a bad campaign. They got 14 points. Greece got 16. Just unfortunate. Greece have done well. Actually, Greece have only lost 1 game, so that's right. Edin Džeko is another one not going to be at the World Cup. This is probably not a big shock to you, because this nation, you know, they're not up there with Belgium, are they? Who've obviously smashed their group, so it is going to be difficult for them. And unfortunately, players like Edin Džeko are not going to make it to the World Cup. Last but not least, we've got from obviously the European sort of groups or whatever. We've got Arda Turan. Turkey have not qualified neither. Basically, Ukraine finished above them, and they've already, like, you know, included a Ukrainian player player. And yeah, Turkey finished below them. They finished on 15 points. Ukraine finished on 17. Turkey came 4th. And unfortunately, big players like Arda Turan, who played for Barcelona, etc., etc., all the Turkey players, none of them are going to be at the World Cup. So yes, guys, has been a very interesting, informative video. If you have enjoyed this video, drop a like and a thumbs up down below, please. Let's try and do like an Asia one or something like that, or just basically the other side of the world video for the next episode. If you want to see that video, you know what to do, guys. Take it easy. Subscribe for more FIFA videos. I'm out. Peace.